sort of since then, it's just taken off. Leads are consistently coming in. They're high quality leads. We're booked out. We're closing jobs constantly. My name is Wes Hartman. My business is Hartman Plumbing. We are a plumbing slash HVAC business, which is heating and cooling. We've sort of been running for about 20 years. But yeah, it's sort of grown as we've sort of went along. I started off as a one-man band and then sort of got more trades on and sort of as the work dictated and yeah, it's sort of where we've come from.
Yeah, absolutely. And what problems were you experiencing prior to joining the program?
So initially, my work base was all word of mouth. So, for 15 to 20 years, that sort of really worked. I sort of just rolled from like job to job through people passing on my details and all
Mm.
that. And it got to a point, I reckon, about 2.5 years ago where that started to just die off. And so then I went down the agency route and doing my own meta, and that was a shit show. Um, to put it mildly. A lot of wasted money, a lot of bullshit from agencies, telling you things are going to change or things will work, that we'll do this. And it was just money down a rabbit hole.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, so that's sort of what led me to sort of start looking for other like ways to, change things. Because like doing meta myself, it was just like throwing money at a pit.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, it's just got, thousands and thousands of dollars just with no results.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, so that's when I started looking around and I saw Where You, um, which at the start, like Brandon says, is I watched it for a long time. I thought, God, these guys are dickhead. Um,
We get that way too often. That's actually really nice way to describe Brandon. I've got it a lot worse on these calls about him. It's like he was constantly in our feed. I just kind of thought he was a bit of like a cunt and all this stuff.
yeah, yeah, it sort of clicked to me that like no matter what I do, he was in my face. So
Yeah.
once I clicked on him once, I'm like, well, as much as I think, he might be full of shit, whatever he's doing is working. So that was my like trigger point to go, no, I need to follow through with this because pretty much every day he was flooding, and like he still does, it floods my screen. So I've signed up now that you can stop. But yeah. Yeah, so he just can't get him off your screen. And I said, I need that. Like I need whatever he's doing. Because yeah, it just seemed to be working for him.
Yeah,
So that's
you know what? I actually had someone say to me in one of these calls, they were like, if this didn't work, people would be slandering him left, right, and center. So, because there's no slander, it must work. Like, that was
yeah.
like their
Yeah.
rationale behind it. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it takes a while to like actually click to hang on. He is literally in my face all the time, and I don't hear a bad word.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
There's like nothing really bad to say
yeah,
about him.
nothing at all. Yeah,
Yeah.
and
Yeah. He's a
I've
great guy.
since had friends do the course as well, and they rave about it. It's done wonderful things for them as well. So,
Yeah, absolutely. And what's changed? So, how long have you been in the program now for?
it's about well, I reckon 3 months, like give or take, since I did the two
Workshop.
days.
Yeah.
Yeah, the workshop. And basically, it's just taken off. Look, obviously, the first 3 to 4 weeks was a bit stop and start. The leads were pretty poor quality, but sort of like went through a few calls with you guys, worked out what the issues were, and sort of since then, it's just taken off. Leads are consistently coming in. They're high quality leads. We're booked out. We're closing jobs constantly. And we've also got that organic growth now,
Yeah.
which wasn't happening. So it's not just the leads, it's people calling the business line. Like the business is known out there now rather than just the people I've worked for 20 years. It's in through the area, through the industry. We're sort of getting a bit of a name just because we're constantly in everyone's face.
And
Um,
that's such a great point because what a lot of people think is if they bolster organic, they bolster everything, right? However,
yeah,
organic's really hard to increase. But if you just pay for ads,
yeah,
your organic increases with it because you're
yeah,
seen in more places and it's kind of like a positive double-edged sword. It's really, really good because as soon as you start running ads, people know your name, so then they actually just look you up. Your
yeah,
organic search ranking goes up. It's just like a fully fledged funnel,
yeah,
which is epic.
100%. And the fact that like I'm doing the videos, people get to know me before I'm even talking to them. So they have a bit of like it's like that thing with Brandon. Everyone loves Brandon now because he's turned their businesses around, but it's they feel a connection to you before you've even spoken a word to them.
Yeah.
And so like it's done your first call for you already. The first sales call's been done. They already want to deal with you. So it makes everything a little bit easier rather than, you're cold. You have to sell yourself before you even sell what you do.
Mm.
Whereas a lot of that work's done. And we're not the cheapest in our industry, and that's not really mattering because they're like, well, we'd rather deal with you. We feel like we trust you because we've seen a lot of you, we've heard you speak. You get to sell yourself without have to sell every individual call.
Yeah, they're
Really
familiar
make
with you. They trust you because they've seen you a bit, even unconsciously, which is like a big reason why ads work. Now, tell me a little bit more about this. So, what has this meant for your business in a professional sense?
Well, look, it's just mean we have I have more time than like chasing work. So when it's word of mouth, it's a lot of like on the phone. It is constantly like it was taking up all my time. Whereas now it's freed me up to do other things in the business. But it's also like cash flow is king in a small business. And so because we're busy all the time, it's made everything more consistent. You can start judging on what's coming in rather than, like you don't look at these big troughs. You don't have like 2 or 3 weeks where you're flat out and then dives off a cliff. It
Mm,
becomes very consistent. It's easy to judge what you're going to be doing. Like we know really like the amount of jobs we're going to do every week now.
mm.
It's sort of leveled right out. And obviously we're at that point now where we're probably going to start taking the next step is grow the team a bit, spend a bit more on the ad spend. Just it's given us the ability to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and obviously like the money coming in is consistent now, so it changes everything. So
Yeah. Well,
makes it
yeah.
less stressful, that's for sure.
Well, yeah, consistent income is everything. So then you can hire people and not have to worry that you're not going to be able to fill their,
Yep.
week
Yeah,
with work. And you can actually be a business owner, not just a business owner who is on the tools every single day, who then doesn't have time to run a business.
yep.
You wear eight different hats when you own a company. So, yeah, that's honestly insane. What about personally? What has this meant for you personally outside of work now that you've got this
Oh,
consistency?
my stress levels have like plummeted. So that's the biggest thing when you're stressed and financial and like all these things roll into one, and then you take it home because like you don't get to leave it at the door like other people, business owners take it everywhere with you. So it just you end up taking it out on your family and your kids, and you're short with everybody because you're constantly on flight or fight mode. Whereas now I'm a much more relaxed person because I don't have to worry about chasing the work and then doing it and running the business. The work's coming in. You just got to make sure that you're on top of things, and it's a much more calm workplace when you're not having to hold so many hats.
Yeah,
Um,
that's really, really well said. And what about your confidence? You get all these people come through and it's like, oh, you believe in me.
yeah,
You're the face of the ads, and they're like, I want to work with you because you seem like trustworthy, like ethical. Tell me a
yeah,
little bit about that.
yeah. Well, look, honestly, before I did this, I hated being in front of a camera.
Mm,
I hated, yeah, like you're always being, feel like you're going to be judged,
mm,
and which like everyone does. But I suppose when you get that feedback that hey, you're being judged, but yeah, we love what you're saying, we love how you do your thing. We want to be, deal with Hartman. So it 100% it gives you more confidence to keep doing what you're doing. So the ads and all that, and the more you speak to people, the easier all that gets too, because you're more confident in the fact that what you're doing is you're going the right path. People respond to what you're saying. So that message that you believed in, but you weren't sure, was doing the right thing, because you get that positive feedback. It's just like a loop. You get more invested, more confident to do what you're doing and follow that path. So yeah, definitely, it's definitely like a positive feedback loop. Yeah.
yeah, absolutely. And like when you feel good, everything else is a trickle
Yeah,
down effect,
100%.
hey? Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, oh, insane, insane. So You touched a little bit earlier on jumping on calls. Would
Yep.
you say they're the most valuable thing you found in the program? If not, what was?
Look, everybody in where you is valuable. So even on like everyone I've spoken to has been highly helpful, really confident in what they do, like really easy to talk to too. Whether it's the tech calls are great, but even on the 2 day, like when we did the 2 days, just there was a few things that I wasn't sure about, and it was so easy to just like, yeah, ask a question, they help you through it, and you move
Mhm.
straight on. Everything has run like clockwork. So the tech calls are fantastic because you're going to run into problems on the way. It's just like it's natural, or you're going to do something yourself without, that you probably shouldn't have and cause an issue. Um, you get on a tech call, problem solved. Like honestly, I've only had to do a couple because it's been so smooth, really. But having you guys there as backup is massive because
Mm.
like when you're dealing with agencies, they take your money and then wash your hands of you, whereas you guys are like available all the time. And there's so
Yeah.
many their calls at different times, makes it really achievable to get in front of you guys.
And you don't have to wait 2 days to try and schedule in a meeting or wait to
No,
hear
yeah,
back from
exactly.
an email. Like it's calls all day, 5 days a week, most
Yeah.
hours of the day. Like it's, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I realized, like, I think it was a couple of weeks ago, I realized there was a problem on a Sunday night. I jumped straight on school. Oh, there's a tech call tomorrow morning.
Mm.
So, the problem's solved instantly. There's no delay of 7 days where I've lost a lot of money. I've lost all this business. You can get straight to it, which, time is money in small business. So it makes all the difference, the fact that we can turn these problems around straight away.
Yeah, exactly right. Exactly right. And if anyone was sitting on the fence, what would you be telling them?
Oh, stop wasting your fucking time. Stop wasting your fucking money. Like, I sat on the fence, and it's like when people ask me about it, it's the first thing I say that I regret. I wasted probably 6 weeks watching Brandon's ads and just going, I don't know about him, but like the instant gratification I've got from the program, it's just been so instant. Um, just do the work, and like he says, be compliant. Blind compliance, do exactly as you're told, and it will work. Yeah, just get to it.
Absolutely. Love it. Any final thoughts before we wrap this up?
No, look, I just like to say thank you. It's been a real turning point for me. It's given me freedom, so I'm really appreciative of finding you guys.
Oh, that's really sweet. I'm sure it relays, but I can speak on behalf of myself and the team. Like, we all love what we do. Like, there's not one person here who isn't like happy to jump on calls. Like, it's a very, very rewarding job being able to like work directly with business owners and actually see them go from A to B to C and like actually grow their businesses and be so like hands on with them, but also empowering them to do themselves so they're
Yeah,
not relying on you.
yeah,
Um,
100%.
it's a very very rewarding job, and I
Imagine.
definitely feel like I hope it relays because I feel like that's
Oh,
why
it definitely
these
does.
calls are so enjoyable for people because like we're just happy to be here.
Yeah, yeah. Look, it definitely does, and that's what I say about everyone being so helpful. You've got such a great team. Um, I haven't once felt like it was too much, like we're being difficult or whatever. It's never too much trouble. So yeah, you are such a great team of people, and you're doing a great thing.